We thought RBNZ rate hike was kind of a done deal earlier this week, but news about COVID-19 infection yesterday changed the situation completely. Lockdown should weaken the near-term New Zealand economy, and therefore, to me, it is reasonable to force the RBNZ to stay more cautious in the near term. And the market was clearly very aggressively pricing rate hikes by RBNZ before COVID-19 news, and position unwinding accelerated the weakness of QE yesterday. And I think no rate hike today was a surprise for the currency market, but thanks to the adjustment happened yesterday, the investors were relatively well prepared for no rate hike decision today. So the reaction was at the moment quite muted. And also, what is very important for QE is that RBNZ suggests it is going to hike in the next quarter, and medium-term economic outlook is still relatively optimistic. And we have to say RBNZ decision should depend on situation in COVID-19, but still this relatively optimistic view in the medium term will support QE in the medium term.
Right, but if I were to ask you, there's still the outside chance that if not now, the pandemic is managed well, the market is working with the assumption that maybe October is when the Reserve Bank of New Zealand decides to move. How are you projecting what the Kiwi dollar will do in the interim in these 3 months, or 2.5 months, so to speak?
Yeah, I think in the short term, I think, of course, RBNZ decision is important for QE, but there are two other headwinds. The first is weaker Chinese economy, and that this week we heard disappointing Chinese data such as industrial production and also retail sales. And slowdown in Chinese economy is generally bad for commodity currencies, including QE and OG. And in August, I have to say the Chinese economic data will be even weaker due to COVID-19 infection in China as well. And another headwinds will be also a potential hawkish surprise from the Fed over the next month or so. So we do not expect Fed tapering announcement in September, but still looks like FOMC members are becoming gradually less dovish recently. So there is a chance of a hawkish surprise from the FOMC minutes overnight, or a communication at Jackson Hole Symposium next week, or FOMC meeting next month. So these weaker Chinese data and also the potential hawkish surprise from the Fed will be potential another headwinds for QE over the next few months.